We're here in San Francisco's Chinatown, a place with so much history. But the locals here tell us that it's shrinking, just like Chinatowns across the U.S. And here's why they say it's important to keep them alive and thriving.
Chinatown, of course, people shop here. The festival is fresh.
The sights and sounds of Chinatown are unmistakable.
This is a story of San Francisco Chinatown, so I did this one.
For Lily Lowe, they are part of what feels like home.
Chinese culture is very important, and I really want next generation to keep it up.
She is a leader with Be Chinatown. They are a nonprofit working to enhance their diverse community and provide resources. She showed us around San Francisco's Chinatown and highlighted its authentic offerings.
I want to contribute back to the community.
But she says there's an underlying worry you don't see. Residents are concerned Chinatown is losing its identity.
I don't want to see Chinatown dying.
Neither does Jonathan Seat with the Chinatown Volunteer Coalition.
I identify myself as Chinese American, specifically Cantonese American, which is Southern Chinese.
He says desolate streets throughout the pandemic and an increase in xenophobic discrimination created worry.
I think it did bring to us, at least for myself, like a little bit of a fear that we could lose that.
For families just like his, Chinatowns have served as a safe haven for Chinese immigrants.
Some of my relatives, they immigrated maybe 10 years ago. And when they first got here, the first thing they did was look for resources, and those resources were in Chinatown. Whether it be how to get citizenship, so it would teach you English using Cantonese, how to get health care. If you have a child, how do you enroll them in school?
Even before the pandemic, residents were seeing changes. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, some of America's most prominent Chinatowns had declines in their Asian population between 1990 and 2020. New York's lost 24%, Washington, D.C.'s lost 41%, Philadelphia's lost 15%, and San Francisco's lost 6%. Locals in San Francisco explain having fewer members of the Asian population within Chinatowns not only affects businesses staying alive, it also hurts tourism numbers and the customer base.
So it still is a problem for them to survive. And you talk about gift shop. Not too many people are tourists that will come out and shop.
Gentrification is also playing a role. Washington, D.C. experienced it when an entertainment and sports complex was built in 1997. Residents were offered money to move out of the area. Prior to that, a convention center was built and homes were opened for those that were displaced. Thousands used to live in that Chinatown, and now the Chinese population is estimated at about 300. In Philadelphia, the worry is the same thing will happen because the 76ers have proposed a new arena on the southern border of its Chinatown. Locals say projects like this threaten livelihoods in Chinatowns and impact the ability to grow. Some San Francisco businesses were recently cited for not having awning permits on awnings that have been present for decades. Some owners tell us they are scared moves like these will push more people out, removing opportunities and exposure Chinatowns bring.
It's a very important influence for myself that we don't just look at what we have in front of us, but we look a little bit farther.
The Clarion Performing Arts Center is one example of a business that's heart and soul is connected to Chinatown.
This place has a 40-year history. We started in 1982.
Clara Sue is the executive director of this neighborhood staple that has shape-shifted over the years.
We became internationally known for having all kinds of instruments. So whatever you can find it at the Clarion.
From exotic instruments to piano lessons and poetry readings to theater groups, locals tell us they are at the forefront of combining Western and Chinese culture.
And I think the two coming together in America, it's very, very special, and there is a place for it.
Clara points out that's what's at the heart of Chinatowns, bringing two cultures together to create a thriving local community and economy. It's what's at risk if things don't change.
It breaks my heart. It's scary. There's nobody around. I mean, it's like a ghost town.
It's businesses like hers that are fighting for survival of their community and its culture.
I always look at Clarion as the soul of Chinatown. Okay, and it doesn't need to be big. It just needs to be there.
Jessie Cohen, Scripps News, San Francisco.